Hello everyone. Today we are doing a deep dive into two ways of building: the traditional cast-in-situ method and the modern precast technology. I say modern like it's very new. It's actually been here for a while. In the Middle East, it's been there since 1978, but for India, it's relatively new. We will also look at how they compare in terms of strength, cost, and how fast you can finish your project. This is a strategic review to help you understand which method is best for you. The industrialization of construction. Think of this as moving from manual craft on a messy site to a smart manufacturing in a factory. In traditional way, you have to manage chaos on site with materials, formwork, and weather risks. But with precast technology, everything is done in a controlled factory. It is about managing precision off site so you can just install it quickly when it arrives. Structural ideology. How do these two differ in strength? Traditional construction uses a continuous rebar cage for a monolithic load path. Precast is different. It uses high-strength concrete and pre-stressed tendons. This means we can achieve higher load capacities while using thinner sections of concrete. And this applies to pre-stressed elements only. In precast, of course, there are non-pre-stressed elements as well, which may have the same structural ideology as normal RCC construction. The weak joint myth. Some people think precast joints are weak, but that is just a myth. By using advanced detailing like grouted sleeves and wet joints, we ensure that the building acts like one solid unit. In fact, research shows that a properly grouted precast joint can even be stronger than the sheer rebar itself. Seismic resilience. What about earthquakes? Precast is not weaker in a seismic zone. It is actually engineered for it. While traditional buildings might see cracking in many areas, a precast design concentrates that energy into specific areas to protect the main joints. This keeps the structure safer during a disaster. Quality control. When you cast concrete on a construction site, the strength can vary a lot because of weather and site conditions. In your factory, everything is controlled. Because we use steam curing and high precision molds, the concrete strength is much more consistent and superior compared to on-site casting. The speed paradigm. Time is money. Traditional construction is sequential. You have to wait for the foundation, then pour, then wait for it to cure before moving up. With precast, we use parallel processing. While the site foundation is being prepared, the building parts are already being made in the factory. This can reduce your project timeline by over 38%, saving you as much as 151 days. Cost analysis. Don't just look at the price of material. Look at the whole iceberg of costs. Traditional construction has many hidden costs like scaffolding, labor, and delays from bad. Traditional construction has many hidden costs like scaffolding, labor, and delays from bad weather. Precast offers cost certainty, and in many case studies, the total cost savings for precast was actually 3.68% lower because of these indirect savings. Labor and safety. Safety is a huge priority. Traditional sites need an army of workers, which increases the risk of accidents. Precast uses a small, specialized team and machines for installation. This leads to a 26% reduction in on-site manpower and removes the risk of working with high-risk formwork at great heights. Environmental impact. We also need to build green. Traditional methods can waste up to 10% of materials like timber and concrete. Because your factory uses reusable steel molds, the waste is almost zero. We also use about 30% less steel and concrete because of pre-stressing, which is much better for the environment. Logistics and site constraints. If you are building in a crowded city, precast is your best friend. Traditional sites are often blocked by concrete trucks and storage for rebar and formwork. With precast, we move that storage to a factory. We deliver parts just in time so the crane can pick them up and place them immediately, keeping the site clean and efficient. Where to deploy precast? So when should you use it? Precast is the best fit for projects with high repetition like housing, hotels, or industrial buildings with massive spans. Traditional methods are still flexible for very irregular shapes or foundations, but for speed and urban sites, precast is the clear winner. Let's look at the risks. Traditional construction has high risks for cost overruns and schedule delays due to weather. Precast gives you a fixed price and low delay risk because production is in a controlled factory. Quality is also guaranteed by ISO certifications, not just site inspections. The quantitative advantage. To sum it up with numbers, we see a 40 to 50% reduction in construction time, a 26% reduction in on-site manpower, and overall project cost savings. Plus, you get much stronger concrete, often C50 plus or M50 plus, compared to the standard M25 used on most sites. The future of building is modular and manufactured. While traditional methods still have their place, precast is the superior engineering solution if you want scale, speed, and less risk. Choosing precast is a strategic move to industrialize how we build. Most people only look at material costs, but we need to move beyond the bill of quantities to see the total return on your investment. We will uncover the hidden labor costs, material waste, and quality issues and weather delays that often break a project's budget. On paper, raw materials for traditional cast-in-situ construction look 10 to 15% cheaper because there is no factory overhead. However, this is a direct cost illusion. Traditional building is a labor trap because it is very intensive. You spend a lot of time on formwork, tying rebar, and pouring on site. In contrast, using your factory creates an efficiency gap requiring about 26% less manpower on the construction side. For large projects, the low material cost of traditional methods is quickly lost to labor inefficiencies. The hidden site burn. Visible costs like concrete and rebar only make up about 10 to 15% of your total cost. The real danger is the hidden site burn, which accounts to over 85% of your exposure. This includes 10% concrete waste and 5% rebar loss in traditional sites. You also pay daily for cranes, security, site offices, and extensive scaffolding. Longer timelines mean more interest payments to your bank. In a real-world case study, using precast undercut total cost by 3.68% just by stopping waste and reducing labor. In construction, speed is money. Traditional methods take about 396 days because you have to wait for each step, formwork, pouring, and curing. And you have to wait for them to finish before starting the next. With your factory, we use parallel processing. While the site is being prepared, your components are already being manufactured. This reduces the timeline by 245 days, saving 151 days, a 38% reduction in time. Saving 5 months of time means you get 5 months of earlier revenue from rent or sales. You also save 5 months of interest on your construction loan. By finishing faster, you protect yourself against inflation and sudden hikes in material pricing. This creates financial velocity, turning your investment back into cash much faster. Traditional sites face huge weather risks. Rain stops the pour and extreme heat affects curing. But in your factory, everything is manufactured indoors with 100% scheduled reliability. Traditional quality depends on site workers and can lead to cracking or honeycombing in the concrete. Your factory provides quality certainty with high-strength concrete and zero tolerance for defects. Think about the long view. Traditional buildings often need crack sealing by year 5 and major repairs or rendering by year 20. Factory-cured concrete is dense and resists corrosion much better. Because there are fewer joints and higher surface quality, your long-term operating costs are significantly lower. Let's look at the final scoreboard. While traditional methods have a low raw material cost, they are slow and have a high financial costing. Your factory may have a medium material cost, but it offers low labor costs, fast parallel construction, and consistent high quality. This leads to faster loan repayment and a more durable asset. Strategic decision matrix. When would you choose each of these methods? Traditional methods are okay for small, irregular projects where the design is always changing. Your factory is the best choice for hospitals, residential blocks, and parking structures where time is critical and revenue is the goal. You can also use a hybrid approach, traditional foundations combined with factory-made slabs. Efficiency is the ultimate cost saver. When you add up speed, quality, and certainty, it is worth more than any small premium on material prices. The bottom line is that for large-scale projects, your factory delivers a much better internal rate of return. Industrializing your construction is the smart financial move. As usual, the full report is available in the description below. Feel free to download it at no cost. If you find this content valuable, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us create more in-depth insights like the one we just made and keeps us motivated to continue sharing. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.